What up, YouTube? We on the YouTube streets. We got a reaction video, YouTube, on Tyre Nichols' murder case with the police officers that did him dirty. Once again, we got another one, y'all. This time it's 5 black police officers on a black person. I need to see riots. I need to see destruction. I need to see Black Lives Matter stepping up. I need to see it all. Just like y'all did for George Floyd, I need to see the same thing for Tyre. I haven't seen Black Lives Matter yet say anything. And there's also another cop that they got. There's a 6th cop that they got, and it's a white cop. Now, Black Lives Matter going to step in because there's a white cop involved now. Watch. Watch what I say, y'all. Fair use YouTube is in full effect. I have the rights to all this music. It belongs to me. Let's get to it, y'all. Fair use YouTube. We're going to listen to a couple news footages about the Memphis police officers that killed Tyre Nichols. Let's go.
This is major. Five former Memphis police officers have been arrested and charged with murder in the death of Tyre Nichols earlier this month. NBC's Priscilla Thompson is following the story and has more from Memphis.
Tonight, 5 former Memphis police officers have been charged with second-degree murder in the deadly arrest of 29-year-old Tyre Nichols.
While each of the 5 individuals played a different role in the incident in question, the actions of all of them resulted in the death of Tyre Nichols, and they are all responsible.
All 5 officers also charged with aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, and official misconduct charges.
What happened here does not add.
Pause. Aggravated kidnapping. The police officers kidnapped the kid. I seen part of the video. We're going to check the video out, YouTube. Fair use is in play. But it seems like the kid, or he resisted arrest beforehand. Before the police officers started attacking, they was pissed off before the video started recording. They was already mad because he didn't do what they told him before the video. He resisted before the video. But during the video, he was getting his ass kicked and being tased and pepper sprayed, and we see him running away. He was trying to run away from the violence that was being upon him. He was trying to run for his life. He was trying to find security and safety, somebody to help him. If we ain't got the police officers out here, y'all supposed to be out here to help us when we need y'all. Not for y'all to be looking out for somebody to bash, beat down. What was y'all crew called? The Scorpion something? I'm glad they got y'all, because that's not the only person that y'all did that to. And I bet you that's facts. But I'm going to say allegedly, YouTube. Only allegedly for YouTube. Let's go.
All reflect proper policing. This was wrong. This was criminal.
The announcement
Facts.
comes amid rising tension ahead of tomorrow's release of video from the
Let's look at Tyre, y'all. Let's take a gander at him. R.I.P. Tyre Nichols. Memphis police murdered him. Damn, my boy. You know, if any citizen would have tried to step in to save him, we would have got too. I ain't seen not one person standing around watching, or nobody come out their house to say something to them police officers. Something should have been done, man. As a citizen, we can't take this anymore. We can't take this police brutality on us anymore, man. Y'all need to protest like y'all did for George Floyd. And if you look at it, this is worse than George Floyd. You see what they did? We're going to see what they did to the kid, y'all. Let's go. Fair use YouTube is in full effect.
deadly traffic stop.
He was a human pinata for those police officers.
Facts. He was a human pinata. Just like, what's the bull's name? Rodney King. They Rodney Kinged him. They Rodney Kinged him, y'all. But the difference is, with Rodney King, is his black officers on a black victim. I haven't seen Black Lives Matter step in yet. But now, like I'm gonna repeat myself, now they got a 6th officer and he's white. Black Lives Matter gonna step in now. The kids' lives matter because it's a white cop involved now. It didn't matter when 5 black officers beat him. Where's Black Lives Matter at, y'all? Let's go.
It was an unadulterated, unabashed, nonstop beating of this young boy for 3 minutes.
Oh my God.
Tyree's mother, heartbroken. Her son was a dad and loved to skateboard.
You all had an opportunity to view this video. I watched about a minute of it, but I couldn't. Once I heard my son say, "What did I do?" I lost it and I couldn't.
Police say they stopped Nichols for reckless driving on January 7th and that 2 confrontations ensued, after which Nichols complained of shortness of breath.
2 confrontations. We didn't see the first one. That's when he resisted, y'all. That's what ticked the cops off. That's what made them say, okay, we got fair use to put hands on him because he resisted. But I bet you that part's on video too. You police officers ain't getting away with shit now, y'all. Y'all got cameras on y'all's chest, and y'all got to turn them on when y'all going to arrest somebody. You got to. I mean, you don't have to, but you have to. You hear what I said, Mr. Police Officer? We as citizens, like your services out here because y'all do protect people and y'all do help us. But we don't need y'all to be killing us, man. It's bad enough we got other people out here with guns and stuff shooting up and down the street for no reason at people, and they don't care where the bullets go. We would like for you to do your job, Mr. Police Officers. I ain't saying all you police officers are like this, but it's turning out that it's a lot of you that are, no matter what color you are. Chinese, black, white, Indian, Puerto Rican, German, Russian, Yugoslavian, Israeli, Iranian, Iraqian, Australian, all y'all. Got good and bad in everything, bro. There's good and bad in the police department, and there's good and bad on these YouTube streets. Let's go.
He was taken to the hospital in critical condition and died 3 days later.
We're better than this. We're better than the egregious conduct and actions of those police officers.
Nearly 2 weeks.
That guy right there, he's a lawyer. That was the same dude that did George Floyd, same dude that did the other guy, the kid that ran from the police and opened his door and tried to grab a knife and they shot him in his back. What about the other dude that resisted arrest and ran off to his car and the cops shot and killed him? Public service announcement. Do not resist the police, y'all. If you have interactions with the police and they pull you over, you do what they do, tell you to do. Hands on the wheel, put your hands on the wheel. Get out the car, get out the car. Put the window down, put the window down, y'all. Get on your hands and knees, lay on the ground, put your hands in the air, do all that. Let them cuff you and put you in the car. That's all they want to do. They want to apprehend you. They don't want to kill you. These police officers out here do not want to kill us, y'all. But you got to look at it like this. These police officers have a lot going on in their life. Who knows what's going on in their personal life, but then they got to deal with us. A lot of us don't like them. They get disrespected. They got to deal with murderers, rapists, child killers, all this crazy stuff, drug dealers, people shooting at them, people disrespecting them. They got to stand there and go in the hood to try to arrest somebody or break something up, and you got the whole hood yelling and screaming at them. And they got to stand there and take it. But that don't give you guys the right to kill people for no reason. If I have somebody out in front of my house trying to kill me, try to kick my door in and shoot me up or something, I'm calling the police. And I want y'all to come here and handle y'all business. I want y'all to kill that person, take his ass down. The police are here for us, y'all. I'll say 90% of them in the world is here for us. 10% probably ain't. They don't care, and they out to get what they can get and do what they can do. But I'm going to say this. The thing that ticks them off is resisting. You can talk all the shit you want to them. You can say what you want to them. But as long as you do what they tell you to do, you can yell, scream, call them all kinds of names. They're going to take that on the chin, y'all. Words don't hurt. They're going to take that on the chin. But as soon as you kick off violence, like you got a gun or you trying to do something to them, it's over for you. You're going to get your ass whooped. Because if I was a police officer, that's what I would do. Facts. I would give you respect until the respect is gone. As soon as you disrespect me, I ain't got no respect for you. I'm gonna do what I'm allowed to do to you. I'm a police officer. I have the right to kill. I have the right to do what I want to you. As long as you abide by what I'm saying, you good. As long as you do what I tell you to do, you good. Stop, get out the car, put your hands up, all that, put the windows down, all that. That's the things I see that people resist to do. Putting windows down, getting out the car. As soon as you got something in your pocket, you shouldn't be out there doing crime. What you out there for with 5 bags of heroin in your pocket for? You got. Just give it up, fam. It's going to be a whole lot easier for you. You got the cops around you. They got guns. And if you got one, they got the right to shoot you where you stand. Because they got to protect their life too, y'all. I'm not saying this to take away from Tyre. I'm saying this to give y'all outlook on the police a little bit. It's not right for what these police officers did to Tyre, and I hope they get everything that's coming to them. And prison's not going to be good for them. Prison's not good for no police officers, y'all. They're in protected custody their whole life. They can think they bad and tough and go out there in the yard and population, but they're going to get got. And that's facts, YouTube. Let's go.
After the incident, all 5 officers were fired after an internal investigation found they violated multiple department policies, including excessive use of force, duty to intervene, and duty to render aid. The attorneys representing 2 of the officers saying their clients plan on pleading not guilty.
Duty to intervene. That means when the one cop seen the other cop beat me, they were supposed to intervene and stop that. You still got to be a police officer when you see something like that going down, even though another police officer is doing it. You have to stop the police officer because that's assault. Now it's murder. That man's gone for what? Because y'all wanted to be tough? I don't think it's going to be hardly no kind of uproar. Y'all had a little bit of a I can't get the word out. Protest. Y'all protested a little bit, I seen on TV, but I need some George Floyd protest to go down. That's what I need. People from all other countries and all other states to come to Memphis and protest and tear shit up. I am not promoting no type of violence, YouTube. I'm just giving a suggestion. This is what they need to do. They did it with George Floyd. What's wrong with Tyre getting a little bit of love? Damn sure didn't get no love from the Memphis police. There's too much shit going down in Memphis, y'all. Young Dolph. A couple other things went down in Memphis. What's up with Memphis, y'all? Memphis, y'all got to do better, fam. Y'all got to do better, fam. I'm going to take me a puff for Tyre. I'm sorry that happened to you, my boy. I ain't know you, but the whole world knows you now. I want them to protest for you, Tyre. I want it to be a protest like George Floyd. And it needs to happen like tomorrow. Let's go.
No one out there that night intended for Tyree Nichols to die.
You heard what he said? No one intended it for him to die. But what did they intend for him to happen? They beat him. My man grabbed his arm, and put his hand out there, told dude to hit it with the stick. Hit it, break his hand. Shut up, sir. Let's go.
Nichols to die. No one.
2 Memphis Fire Department personnel who helped care for Nichols have also been relieved of duty, pending an investigation, the department says. The Shelby County District Attorney's Office, the FBI, and Department of Justice are all now investigating.
With us for more, Charles Coleman, civil rights attorney and former New York prosecutor, and retired NYPD detective Mark Claxton. He's now the director of the Black Law Enforcement Alliance. Mark, Tyree Nichols died on January 10th. The officers were charged today. We're getting the video tomorrow. What did the speed of these charges tell you about this case?
That what scant evidence or information was available early on.
Fair use YouTube is in full effect. This video is protected by fair use. This channel is protected by fair use YouTube. Let's go.
Were so devastatingly damaging to the integrity and reputation of the police agency, and so disgusting and egregious that it compelled law enforcement professionals who normally would circle the wagons and play cover up to step out in front or to push a relatively fast pace. And I say relatively fast pace because it's been just about 2 weeks. But I think it's important to note that the tempo, the tone, and the tenor has been set and was set early on by Chief Davis, Memphis Police Department, who is a premier law enforcement professional, well-respected, well-regarded, and thought of as more of a progressive-minded.
Pause. I think y'all need to look into these Scorpion, whoever they were called, these Memphis police officers that killed Tyree. I think y'all need to look into their background, because I think that's not the first person that they killed, y'all. They covered up a couple murders in their lifetime, y'all. Allegedly. That's my opinion, YouTube. Let's go.
Law enforcement professional. So I think her pushing this early on, recognizing the magnitude of what was going to be released, and terminating the officers immediately may have spurred a quicker attempt to prosecute as well.
I don't understand. When a police officer kills a person, right? We see it on video. We see what they do to the man. It ain't an accident. That wasn't an accident at all. It was intentionally what they did to him. They probably didn't mean to kill him, but they beat him half to death, where he died 3 days later in the hospital. So therefore, they should be charged with murder and set to prison their damn self, not set home on leave with pay, and they sitting back chilling on vacation. And they should be ran out of Memphis. Y'all should be in front of their crib, because they took their guns from them. They're allowed to have no guns no more. So y'all need to go protest in front of their crib, just like you did the one bull that killed George Floyd. And y'all ain't even do that right. Y'all ain't even break none of his windows at his crib, but y'all went and broke windows at somebody's store, somebody's business, went in front of their and burnt their shit down. But y'all didn't burn the bull's crib down that killed George Floyd. Now y'all need to go in front of these Memphis police officers, all 6 of them, white boy too, and protest in front of their cribs and break their windows. I ain't promoting violence, YouTube. I'm just saying what should be done. Don't break up innocent people's restaurants and businesses and houses. Y'all going down, breaking up stuff down there. grocery stores. Y'all need to go to that grocery store tomorrow. Y'all gonna burn down a grocery store. I gotta go get dog food. I gotta get all kind of stuff. Chicken, hamburgers. Don't burn down the grocery store. I need to go there. Go to the people's house that did it. I'm not promoting violence YouTube. I'm just saying, let's go.
This feels a lot faster and a lot more transparent in situations like this in the past. What do you think?
Stephanie, I'd like to say that somehow we may have learned our lesson from having dealt with these issues over and over again and finally gotten to a place where police officers and law enforcement understand the importance of transparency, swift, deliberate, and intentional action. But the reality is that I'm more likely inclined to agree with Mark. I think that what's on that video tomorrow, which is going to be released, is so egregious, so devastating, and so damaging that law enforcement in Memphis understood they have no way out. They have no response to the civil unrest which is pending and waiting on the other side of that door, but to have acted as quickly, as swiftly, and as intentionally as they did in response to what is
Facts
on that tape.
Given that, Mark, how concerned are you about what we're going to see on this video tomorrow?
We're gonna see it tonight.
I'm very concerned, but I, like so many people, especially in the Black and brown communities, have really we really have a certain shell around us because we've been exposed to certain levels of violence and disgusting.
Black and brown communities. If you really look at it, nobody's really black, man. I ain't never seen nobody colored my speakers or colored my black sneakers I got on. Brown and tan people. Let's go.
Behavior on the part of law enforcement professionals, alleged professionals in the past.
Pause.
So,
I might have seen somebody as black as my sneakers on TV. The people over in Africa, they used to be some black people. I could probably put my sneaker up to the face and that mat. Their skin might be a little ashier, look white, like a white tint to it. But if you take something wet, like a wet rag, and wipe their face down and get that blackness out, it's gonna match my sneaker, yo. Let's go.
We're kind of numb to it. I am very concerned about the continued exposure to the
shout out to the wedding cake
that we find on a lot of police body cam and the impact.
Shout out to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
With the community. That's something that we have to be mindful of.
Shout out to YouTube.
Even showing these images and
shout out to the YouTube streets.
On these brief encounters.
Shout out to the dirty section of YouTube.
Makes you wonder what went down.
And shout out to me.
There was body cam videos at all. Charles, second murder charges, that is major.
It is.
What do prosecutors have to prove to get a charge like that off?
They have to prove that these officers acted in a way that knowingly would affect the death of the individual. So basically, they have to establish that you should have known, or you did know, that your actions would ultimately bring about the loss of life.
Facts.
For Tyre Nichols. And
facts. Y'all was beating him.
It is the type of charge that we do not necessarily see all the time. We usually get reckless and
y'all beat him like he beat y'all mother up or something.
But for them to
like he did something to your mom.
Murder, that alone should tell you a lot about what it is that we're dealing with here and the severity of what we're going to see tomorrow on those different videos. Because recall, during the presser today, it was revealed that we're likely going to see sky cam video, dash cam video, as well as a body cam video. And so
pause. This is a world of video. You can't get away with nothing. And they're going to put it out there so we can see it. They want us to see it. They want us to be angry. They want y'all to protest. They want y'all to go out there and be destructive. That's what they want y'all to do. Allegedly. So that's what y'all need to go do, damn it. Stand up for Tyre. Let's go.
All of those things are going to provide the public with a number of different angles. And the fact that they move this quickly should let us know we're dealing with something that is nothing shy of egregious.
Oof. Mark, when you talk to police officers, what are they telling you about this case?
It's the same basic story for police officers. You have some who choose to circle the wagons and begin making excuses and want to concentrate on the victimology. Let's examine the victim and every aspect of the victim before we deal with or address or even acknowledge that something went wrong here. So police officers have that climate and culture of cover up just instinctively. So that's a lot of what I'm hearing and speaking to my colleagues and former colleagues. But then there's an entire other segment of police officers who realize and recognize that we're way past the time where this policing model is effective, and we have to begin to move towards a more public safety model, which would result in fewer of these fatal encounters.
Charles?
I really think that as we unpack the situation, we have to consider the elephant in the room, and that is race. I think that it is easy in this situation because we have a Black victim and Black police officers to say, well, race couldn't have been a factor. The truth is, you are talking about culture, not color. And Mark just spoke to that. Unfortunately, the current system of American policing is rooted in that of violence and aggression rather than service and protection. And it has had a disproportionate impact, as we continue to see, on people from other underrepresented communities, people who are Black, people who are brown, and people who are considered less than by American society. And I think that the issue of race plays a role in ways that people don't consider, because you're also talking about how these Black officers were not protected in the same ways that we typically see white officers protected. There is a script. We are used to the script. Let's hold our horses. Let's wait until all the facts come out. Let's make sure that we conduct a thorough investigation. These officers
Fair use, YouTube.
In the same way. Not only
because
shout out to MSNBC.
Presentation.
Absolutely, they stand on you. Let's hold off and let's let all the facts come out. That's the phrase. The phrase is, we've got to wait until all the facts come out. It's usually a paid vacation. It's usually administrative leave. And so this case, the way it was handled, make no mistake, also had to do with the race of the officers as well, and that has to be considered. If this is going to be the model moving forward, and I'm not saying that it is a bad model in terms of response, accountability, and transparency, then let this be the model across the board, regardless of the race of the officers.
Charles Coleman, Mark Claxton, thank you both.
See what I mean? It's going to continue, man. First Take did a video on it. Y'all know what First Take is? Football, sports people. Let's hear what they got to say about it.
If you in any way heart, or if you have someone you care about, someone you love, you realize how heinous and evil of an act that this was. As you describe it, Stephen A., and it's exactly
shout out to Stephen A. Smith.
And you mentioned the names of the 5 police officers who took Tyre Nichols' life. I think you missed some words. You missed murderers, because that's what they are.
Facts.
And you missed cowards.
Facts.
Okay. I agree. To have someone restrained and continue to beat them to death, I don't think we've quite put that into words, or you can even
fair use YouTube.
The amount of hate you have to have, the amount of hurtful, malicious, murderous intent you have to beat a human to death. To be so premeditated, to be so calculated in your evil that you cover up the body cam, that you scream things that you know aren't true, because you're setting up your false reports. You're setting up your opportunities to just do whatever the hell you want to because you have a badge.
Facts.
And all the times when we get people who push against Black Lives Matters, and you have to explain to them, no, we're not saying that other lives don't matter. We're saying that Black Lives matter too, because they matter to us. Now you can't even
shout out to First Take
to us, because these 5 cowards look just like Tyre Nichols.
Facts.
These 5 cowards left homes, left neighborhoods, houses, projects that people look just like them, and they just don't give a damn. Because whatever the pollution is, whatever the poison is, whatever the rhetoric is that says someone that looks like Tyre Nichols and Tyre Nichols himself is not worth living, they fed into that. And so now it wasn't about black, it wasn't about white, it wasn't about brown, it wasn't about yellow, it was about blue and the way that blue sees black. And so now it is another funeral, Stephen A. And it is another time where we have to come on TV and support John Morant as John Morant tries to be a voice to people who have no voices. But when's going to be the next time? It can't be when's going to be the last time, because we're not going to get a last time. When is it going to be the next time? And when are we going to start to care as people tell us to trust the guys in blue, to trust the women in blue, to trust the badges?
Talk to them.
And I'll end with this. They were a part of a task force that is called Scorpion, Street Crimes Operations to Restore Peace in Our Neighborhoods. So the police officers and the police authorities did what they thought was best, which was put these 5 brothers who should understand these communities and understand the people in them enough to protect them on this task force. And instead they do this. Now you tell me when you can get to a point to trust them.
Facts.
For Tyre Nichols and his family, for what they had to go through, for what they had to suffer through, it is incomprehensible. And the pain has to be immeasurable. And it's not right, man.
It's not.
It's not right.
It's not.
And you guys have eloquently said that that's true. And you just hurt, even sitting here listening.
Shout out to Michael Irvin.
And it is a blue thing, and we've dealt with it. And we keep talking about it's so great to see everybody come out, and it's great to see John Morant and these modern athletes speak out. But man, we tired of seeing it, you know. And what kills me, Ryan, when you sit there and talk about, like, how do you get this brazen? You know somebody's going to see it. There's nothing that's going to happen post George Floyd, post Floyd, that we're not going to have cameras on, no matter what. And you still take it to this distance. There's got to be cameras on. So that tells you that there's some kind of just lack of care, and that hurts. And I know we keep saying it's not a black white thing. You don't ever want to see anybody get hit, anybody get beaten like that. But it does hurt a little bit more. These are black men doing it. It hurts, man. I'm tired of seeing black men fight black men. I mean,
I'm tired of seeing it, period. No matter what color they are.
Quite a bit this year.
Stop the violence.
Back to Will Smith and Chris Rock stuff. I'm just tired of seeing us do it. We got enough of a fighting to get our right perspective in our right place. We can't be fighting each other like this. Please, let's just stop that.
I think the other part that's hard for me, and I give it right to you, Stephen A. Is when you're mentioning how are you so brazen. They covered up the cam. They screamed things that weren't going to happen, and they were just going to go live their lives.
And this ain't the first time.
They were just going to.
That's what you're saying, Ryan.
One cop already has a documented case, but they were just going to walk off.
He already had a documented case.
Right. And do it again.
The thing, let me close out by saying just a few things real quick. Number one, I so appreciate, Michael Irvin, what you said, because as we sit up here and we debate sports and we go at each other and all of that other stuff, one thing that no one can deny is that when they see us on the air talking with each other, we love each other. I love y'all. Y'all got love for me. We love Molly. We're family. We have a blast, having fun and going at each other.
YouTube streets, I love y'all.
Making people laugh while we sitting up there spewing our sports knowledge and stuff like that.
Protect y'all's neck.
What you're talking about is the importance of getting along and being civil and decent at our core with one another. And when we see 5 black police officers,
6 now,
do that to anybody is heinous. But to do
plus
that
a white
to
one,
an unarmed 150-pound kid, 29 years old, father of a 4-year-old, 100 feet away from his house.
100 feet away from his mom's crib.
Because he was 3 doors down from his house when he did that. It just stings. There is no doubt. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I know I shed a tear because I watched all 66 minutes.
66 minutes.
Democracynow.org.
It's time to get to the video. They ain't giving us the whole 66 minutes. They're giving us like 3. They're giving us 3 minutes. YouTube.